Whenever you earn money, there is a trade-off. You can either save or invest it for later, or spend it now. Now, as this is a finance YouTube channel, you're probably going to expect me to say that you should save it. Here's why you're wrong. Hello and welcome back to the Dividend Experiment, the channel that helps you build a portfolio that pays your bills. The content that we discussed is intended for information and educational purposes only, and should not be considered investment advice or investment recommendation. In this video, we're going to look at both approaches, how they both end in poor outcomes, and what I think you should do instead. But first, let's start with the famous allegorical tale, because who doesn't love an allegorical tale? And you've probably heard this one before, because it's quite a common one, the ant and the grasshopper. So the grasshopper was a bit of a party animal. He spent all summer playing the weird leg instrument thing it does, jumping about, and other grasshopper things. What he was not doing, however, was storing any food for the winter months. The ant, on the other hand, didn't have time for any of these shenanigans and spent the summer months gathering food and preparing the nest for winter. Winter came around, the grasshopper perished, live fast, die young type attitude, and the ants had food to share with their nest even though it was a bit cold outside. Obviously, we don't want to perish, right? So the logic here is that being the ant is the one you want to aspire to. However, the big issue, and the mistake that so many people make when they are starting learning about investing, is that being an ant sucks. If you think about it, it's a pretty miserable life. The ant missed out on an entire summer just working away, getting food together for winter. They aren't called workers and drones for no reason, after all. So you don't really want to be the grasshopper or the ant. Maybe there's some other small mini-beast creature that has a better sense of life balance that we should work towards instead. But let's see how these ants and grasshoppers typically play out for humans. James the Saver. James is known amongst his friends for his exceptional saving habits. He meticulously tracks every penny and avoids unnecessary expenses. James's life revolves around his strict budget, and he often sacrifices small pleasures to ensure his savings grow. He spends a lot of time looking for the best deals and uses the cash ISA on Trading 212, where he gets 5.2% on his savings on GBP. And talking of Trading 212, I asked Trading 212 if they could give me a unique code that you guys can simply type into the promo code section, capital at risk. So if you've opened a new account recently or are planning to open an account, here it is. DivXP or DIVEXP, short for the Dividend Experiment. So you have 10 days from opening your account, type this in, and receive shares worth up to £100. I also get something as this is my custom code, so this helps you support the channel too. If you do use it, thank you for your support, and thanks to Trading 212 for sponsoring this video. While James's frugality has allowed him to build a substantial savings account, it has also led him to missing out on life's simple joys. He skips social gatherings, avoids vacations and holidays, and rarely treats himself to anything beyond the basics. James once had the opportunity to take a dream road trip across the USA with his friends. However, he declined it because he felt the cost was too high, even though he could theoretically still afford it. Later, he regretted missing out on the unique experiences and memories his friends had made on that trip. Emotionally, James felt isolated and regretful for not enjoying his life more. Socially, he struggled to connect with his friends who invited him to events that he consistently declined. Laura the Spender. Laura, in contrast, is a spender. She loves indulging in the latest gadgets, dining at fancy restaurants, and going on spontaneous trips. Laura's motto is to live in the moment, and she rarely thinks about the future. Her carefree spending habits eventually caught up with her. Despite her high income, she had little to no savings. When her company downsized, Laura was left without a job and no financial cushion to fall back on. The sudden loss of income, Laura to struggle to cover even basic expenses like rent and groceries. Her credit card debt quickly escalated and she found herself in a financial crisis. Emotionally, Laura felt overwhelmed and anxious. Socially, she became reclusive, embarrassed by her situation and unable to maintain her previous lifestyle. Laura's experience illustrates the dangers of living without a financial safety net. While enjoying life is important, it's essential to plan for unexpected events and save accordingly. Emma the Balance. Emma represents the ideal balance between saving and spending. She creates a monthly budget, sets aside money for savings and investments, and allocates a portion for leisure and enjoyment. Emma's balanced approach allows her to handle life's ups and downs with ease. When her car broke down unexpectedly, she had an emergency fund to cover the repair costs without stress. Emma also enjoys life's pleasures. She takes vacations, attends social events, and occasionally splurges on something nice. Her financial habits provide her with stability and fulfillment. Emotionally, Emma feels secure and content. Socially, she maintains a vibrant life, participating in activities and building meaningful connections. Emma's story highlights the benefits of a balanced financial approach. By saving and spending wisely, she enjoys stability and happiness. Obviously, Emma's story may seem like an unrealistic dream to many, but I think there is a path to reaching it. Build the life you want, then save for it. There's a post on the financial independence subreddit that has had a pretty big impact on me. In fact, the post itself didn't necessarily resonate as much as the title of the post. Build the life you want, then save for it. You can find the post if you search for that on Reddit, as it's quite a popular one on that subreddit. But to summarise it, the Redditor discusses his journey to financial independence, or FI, and the lessons he learned along the way. The summary is, at 23, he started aggressively saving for early retirement, maxing out retirement accounts and maintaining low expenses. He rekindled a relationship, and both of them focused heavily on saving money. They missed out on experiences like travelling, but then they started to miss out on smaller experiences like just meeting up with friends, for the sake of saving money. Overworking and streaming as a side hustle led to burnout, poor health, and a strained relationship. After a breakup, he has a massive realization that he'd been neglecting his present happiness for future financial goals. He now believes in balancing saving with enjoying life, emphasizing that financial goals should not come at the expense of well-being and relationships. He advises discovering personal passions and building a fulfilling life, then saving to support that lifestyle rather than spending your life waiting for something else. So essentially, the key message is to go ahead and pursue financial independence, but ensure you're living a balanced, happy life in the present. And the reason it came about is because way too many financially savvy, or at least financially interested people, kept coming across a similar problem. They were too focused on saving and not enough focus on actually living. If you search for quitting FIRE or financial independence, retire early, FIRE, on Reddit, you'll find a lot of these people who have saved a lot of money yet don't really know what to do with themselves and feel like they took it too far. Conclusion. So what's the conclusion? Should you spend now or save for later? The problem is, and this seems to be a recurring theme here on personal finance, is the answer is, it depends. For every bit of money you earn, there's a trade-off. You can spend it and enjoy it now, well, hopefully enjoy it at least. Or you can save it and enjoy it later, again, well, hopefully enjoy it at least. So whether you spend it or save it kind of depends where you are financially as well as mentally. If you're doing well financially, you have an emergency fund and you're following a budget and making good progress to your desired retirement, there is a good argument that spending now might actually be more financially optimal for you than saving a little bit extra. You could be in danger of burning out or falling off the wagon in a sense, and that could undo years of progress that you've accumulated. The best plan is one that you can stick to after all. If a bit of spending here and there makes the plan more sustainable, then it could end up being seen as an investment. On the other hand, if you're a habitual binge shopper or use credit cards irresponsibly and are racking up debt or have nothing in the way of a pension, then obviously saving is going to be a better choice to get you out of a bad situation there. Ultimately, whether to save or spend is actually quite a tough question to answer, and you'll know your own situation better than generic advice can give you. The most important thing is to really think about it. If you liked this video, and if you made it this far, I'm guessing you probably did, then I have some good news for you. I'm giving away my PDF guide to the 10 dividend investing commandments, or the criteria that I use to pick dividend paying stocks, and I'm giving it away to you for free. All you need to do is submit your email in the link below and it'll get delivered to your inbox straight away. Again, that's for free. But that's not the only benefit of joining the email. You also get updates on the almost daily dividend portfolio, interesting stock ideas or news, and special deals and free stuff that I can share with you. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. See you!